Course orientation for your online course, Business Information Technology 25, Survey of Computer Technology in Business, Course Information and Syllabus. Welcome to your course. You have two documents that we will review for our course orientation. The first of the two documents is the course information sheet, which explains all the details of the course. So let's get started. This is a 3-unit course named BIT, which stands for Business Information Technology 25. In this course, you will learn the basics of computer and internet technology in business, both hardware and software. You will also practice using the most commonly used software in business, Microsoft Office. This course is required for certificates in business information technology. You are enrolled in one of the following sections. This course is 6 weeks long. The course begins on Monday, January 6, and ends on Thursday, February 13. There are no class meetings because this course is entirely online, so we won't get to be together in person, but we'll still get a chance to talk and interact personally by using our electronic tools. To begin the class, you can refer to the syllabus for the exact steps, and we'll review that with you too. In an online course, you must be self-directed and manage your time. There's no way around it. You will need to spend approximately 9 hours each week. Remember, this is a short 6-week term to complete the work. Depending on your experience with computers and the internet, you might go faster. We submit our work within Canvas, which will have a link to another system we use called MyLab IT. Depending on the section number in which you are enrolled, your course professor will be Dr. Shelley Gaskin, Dr. Todd Hampton, Ms. Glenda Webster, or Ms. Graciela Zacharias. Although you can email your professor at the email addresses shown here, you will get much faster attention if you message your professor within Canvas. Your professor is there looking for you several times every day. Our goal is for you to complete this course successfully because you cannot function in the world if you do not understand computers and the internet. Additionally, this course is required for all certificates in business information technology, and it also counts toward one of the requirements for the associate degree transfer in business. We will be your cheerleaders for the course, encouraging you along the way, because we know you can succeed if you manage your time and focus on success. As you progress through the course, life will try to get in your way. Perhaps you have a job or 2 jobs. Maybe you take care of children or parents. Maybe you have 2 jobs and take care of others. We know that. But you cannot let anything keep you from learning and getting college credentials on your resume. Nothing will help you or your family more than you furthering your education. During the course, you will probably find times when computers will be troublesome and internet connections will fail and transportation plans will become complicated and bosses will be annoying and on and on. That is life. You cannot let life come between you and your education. Just take it in small steps, one assignment, one course, one certificate, working toward your goal. So even though life is stressful and unpredictable, keep your goal in front of you. You are the most important person, and you can't help or take care of others until you take care of yourself. For this course, we are going modern. To save you money and make more space in your backpack or tote bag, the materials for the course are all digital. You will obtain an access code that gives you access to the e-text for both books that are required for the course and also to the MyLab IT learning materials that accompany the course. You cannot complete the course without these materials, which consists of 2 books and a MyLab IT access code. This is college, we study books, and in this course, the books are digital. Note that this MyLab IT code is not the same code for the 5 Microsoft Office classes, BIT 106, 105, 109, 128, and 133. Those courses use a different MyLab IT system. You will be able to obtain this all-digital package from the PCC bookstore and also online from the publisher. You can order online from the PCC bookstore, and if you really want a paper book, you can order one with a credit card for an additional $35. In this course, you will learn how computer and internet technologies are used in business, and you will practice using common business productivity software. This course transfers to four-year colleges, is required for most four-year degrees, fulfills a requirement in the AST degree for business administration, and is required for 4 business information technology certificates. In this course, you are going to use a lot of software. First, you will use MyLab IT, which is a system that accompanies your textbook with lots of materials and tests. Here you will be able to view a video overview for every chapter in the textbook, and you can view these videos as many times as you want. Second, you're going to learn to use the basics of Microsoft Office, and you are able to get Microsoft Office 365 for free and download it on 5 of your computers, Mac or PC. Details about this are in our Canvas modules. Third, you will use Canvas, which is the learning management system we use at PCC. This is where you submit assignments and communicate with your professor, and this is where you see your grades for each assignment. Most courses on campus use Canvas, and if you transfer to a four-year college, you will use Canvas or some similar learning management system. So get used to it. If you want a good job in business, you must be able to adapt to learning lots of different computer systems. We also recommend that you use the Chrome browser to access the internet. So if you have your own Windows PC using Windows 7, 8, or Windows 10, then you get 5 free copies of Microsoft Office on a Mac or PC. So you have no excuse not to complete your work. Office is free for PCC students. And remember, if you have a Mac, no problem, that's free too. Just make a note that for one chapter of the course, you will need Microsoft Access, and that is not in the Mac version because Access is a sophisticated database that the Mac operating system cannot support. The e-text assignments and assessments for this course are primarily web-based. For assignments in your Technology in Action e-text, you can use any computer hardware on which you can access the web. This includes a Windows-based PC, an Apple Mac, a Chromebook, an iPad using the Pearson eText app, Android, iOS smartphones and tablets, or an iPad or tablet or phone on which you can access the web. For assignments in your Skills for Success eText, you must use a Windows-based PC or an Apple Mac running Mac OS on which you have downloaded and installed Microsoft Office. And you must use a mouse. You cannot effectively use productivity software like Microsoft Office with only a trackpad. Because this is an online class, you must either have your own computer or plan to work in campus labs. Campus lab hours are shorter during the winter term, so if you must rely on campus labs, plan accordingly. You will need internet access during the course. Internet access is always available in campus labs. This is an important course because it is required for 4 certificates in the business division. This course transfers easily to four-year colleges and fulfills a requirement for the AST degree for business administration. Additionally, most four-year colleges require a course in digital literacy, and this course fulfills that requirement if you transfer to a four-year college. On page 3 of the course information document that you received, you can view all the ways you can obtain the course materials from the PCC bookstore, from Bookmart across from the campus, from within our Canvas course in MyLab IT, from Amazon. Just be sure to use only one of these 4 methods to obtain your materials. The last page of the course information sheet provides more information about MyLab IT, although most students find this system easy to use and useful to learn from. Although you can use campus labs for this course, it's good to have your own computer if you can budget for it. Right now, Best Buy has excellent computers for under $250. The HP Stream laptop has a very high build quality. In other words, it's sturdy and has a great keyboard. It comes with Windows 10 and runs Microsoft Office just fine. What is your career goal? Yes, maybe you want to be an actor or a musician or a nurse or a social worker or a police officer or a hotel manager or a photographer or an artist or a computer specialist. It doesn't matter. You must know how to use a computer for any job, and for sure you need to know the basics of Microsoft Office to communicate with others, to manage your finances, and to manage the data that accompanies any profession. You will learn that in the Business Information Technology program, and we will try to make it fun and interesting for you. What are you doing at PCC? Do you think you're going to transfer to a four-year college? Maybe you just want a better job than you have now. Maybe you want any job because you're unemployed, or maybe you aren't even sure how to begin a college path. Many of your classmates in this class have already declared business information technology as their major, aiming toward one or more of our certificates, which is good because the college gives registration and funding priority to students who have declared a major and who have completed an education plan. You can always change your major, but Business Information Technology has a clear and efficient two-semester, completely online completion path to which you can move to an associate degree for transfer in business or other associate degrees. So this piece of advice will reward you forever. Get a certificate in Business Information Technology. No matter what your goal is, having, for example, the Business Software Specialist certificate on your resume will impress employers. Get a certificate in Business Information Technology along the way to your AS degree or accounting certificate or your nursing degree or your music degree. Or, like many of your classmates, get a Business Information Technology certificate to go directly to a good job, such as an administrative assistant or business information worker or office assistant. And here's a fun fact. Many of our Business Information Technology certificate completers are now employed by PCC and work in areas all around the campus. And PCC is a great place to work. Sometimes you must take life in small steps. Take one course, then another course, then earn a certificate, then apply the certificate courses to an associate degree, then transfer to earn a bachelor's degree. Believe in yourself and take one step at a time. Now let's look at the second document attached to the email you received, and that is the syllabus. And guess what? As one of the first assignments, there will be a quiz on the course information sheet, which we just reviewed, and on the syllabus, which we will review now. On the first page of the syllabus, an example of which is shown here, you can find an overview of what assignments will be due each week. For example, week 1, week 2, week 3, and so on. This is just an overview. Detailed information about each assignment is in Canvas. Each week, you will complete assignments in the book chapters. In some courses, your assignments will be automatically graded for you in MyLab IT or some similar system. Often, you will also have a video lecture and discussions posted in Canvas. In the syllabus, you will find step-by-step instructions on how to begin the course. The syllabus explains how the grading works and how we grade class participation in an online course. Be sure to read and study this information. In the syllabus, you will also find helpful links to information that will help you set up your own computer to have it ready for your online course, and links to information about using Canvas. Also, review these steps for what to do when you enter your Canvas course for the first time. And yes, we have rules and regulations, and you need to know about these, and they are all explained in the syllabus document. One important regulation is about attendance and participation. In an online class, attendance is based on your timely submission of accurate and complete assignments in Canvas. If you do not attend for more than a 2-week period, you are considered to be non-participating and can be dropped from the course with a W grade without notice to you if we are unable to reach you. Students in distance education courses are required to attend class and participate just as if they were in a face-to-face course. You have assignments each week, and you must complete assignments accurately and on time to qualify as attending and remain in the course. Remember, attendance is based on submission of accurate and complete assignments in a timely manner according to the due dates in the syllabus. Just logging into Canvas and looking at the site does not count as attending. Submitting empty or incomplete assignments is also not considered to be attending. So you need to take about 25 minutes to read and understand the syllabus, and remember there will be a quiz and the course information sheet and on the syllabus. So now it's time to get ready to begin your course. Get your computer ready, and if you have not already done so, download Microsoft Office 365 and make sure you have an internet connection. Be sure you have an organized place to work. If you need to do so, head to the PCC online bookstore to order your course materials, or visit the bookstore on campus. On the course homepage in Canvas, be sure to make note of the important dates that relate to this course. So let's get this term started. If you have a question, message your professor in Canvas. Remember, you are doing this for you.